Still, many people are not aware about the what actually NEP is planning out and what actually is NEP is going to write the country's vision. And this is something actually shocking for us also, because many time whenever we used to discuss this platform of NEP with different participants, hardly people know about the NEP and its outcome oriented planning and strategies. So my sincere request to all participants, basically we are talking on the NEP platforms, and the NEP platforms, you people are going to execute the things, because right now you are students, no doubt. Right now you are faculty members, no doubt. But you are the people whom are going to write all these things, whom are going to create the next generations, young generations, to lead India in the global scenario. So education domain is the only domain which can change the perception of people in my simple way, because you can see you are witnessing the changes in yourself because you are doing something, some courses in the any different institutions, and that courses are defining you what you are learning and what you are going to put in the industry or any domain which you are going to start. So ultimately the teachers, the trainers, the mentors whom are guiding you for the future ultimately. And new education policy is insisting you to change your thought process, change your perception, change your observations, so that you can be the ready for future upcoming competitions, future upcoming updations, future upcoming industry revolutions, which are already started. So therefore, understanding the crux of NEP, understanding the crux in what domain NEP is going to help right now, or those who will going to lead, those who are in school right now, how you people are going to define them, how you people are going to guide them. Quite important. It's quite important. So therefore, understanding such important topic, understanding such glimpses of NEP is very essential right now. Because unless and until we should aware ourselves what actually NEP expect from the Indian citizens, why government has changed the NEP process, why government thought to initiate a different NEP. It was led by Dr. Kasturi Rangan, the chairman of ISRO. He was the chairperson behind the picture. But what made them to think or to picturize a different India is because you are the stalwarts, you are the people whom are going to define all these things. Therefore, my friends, understanding the glimpses of NEP is very essential. Ultimately, no doubt, government has planned a program for next 20 years. Ultimately, till 2040, they want India to be on different locations, different parameters, different aspirations. And whom are going to make all these dreams come true? It's we, naturally. It's we means I also, you also, and our acquaintance also. All these people are going to change the country, change the portrait of country in a different innovative structure. Therefore, I appeal all people, whenever I am talking basically, in case of any doubt, you all feel free to ask questions. Ultimately, when you are going to understand the crux of NEP, try to share this information to the many people so that they can at least understand, at least aware what actually NEP is expecting. I am not going to talk in detail about theoretical concepts of NEP, no doubt. I am just going to make you aware about the glimpses, because NEP is kind of theoretical aspects naturally, which sometimes people may think, अरे बाद में पता चलेगा, लेने समझने वाले हम लोग, समझने वाले no doubt, but at least you should try to understand as a pioneer member, because you are the pioneer member of this process, because NEP is already started implementing from 2021 in a slab-wise way. Until 2040, government is expecting a different change in India. So, अभी आपका suppose if you are aged between 20 and 21, you are a student. Ultimately, you are going to lead this life, very happy life. So, understanding all this crux is very important, and therefore, NEP is very important to understand. And I'm uploading PPT right now so that we can start the session. Actually, what I'm going to convey to you. I hope my slide is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So my friends, specifically, when I'm talking about national education policy and what made me to talk on these important aspects of NEP, very sorry. Yeah. When I had a discussion with Dr. Vidya Patil about consideration of topic specifically, so we decided to just share our opinion on important aspects of NEP 2020. Because naturally, right now, those who are in student category, they are dreaming for a job. It's good thing, no doubt. Why we are dreaming for a job? Because we have been taught since childhood that whatever you are going to learn, you're supposed to work in the company. Why we are thinking like this only? Because the previous education system, I am going to start from the, in British era also, when John Macaulay initiated the change in India, when he, when he basically diversified the Indian education system in foreign education system, he had a vision to ruin the rich
Sir,
Indian.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, excuse me. You please share your PPT because PPT is not shared.
not shared. One
Can you
second,
see
ma'am.
PPT, Pratik? Monali, can you see PPT?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay,
it
okay,
is
sir.
there.
Continue, continue.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, sometimes Microsoft Teams is not good platform, I think, because there are many issues. Okay, fine. So, my friends, specifically, I was talking about the NEP, and I was basically talking about the John Macaulay, who initiated the change in India during the British era, and who, changed the rich Indian education domain in a foreign education domain, specifically for creating the clerks in India. And right now we are following the same education system, no doubt. It has been modified several times. This education policy is modified by, this is the third time we are modifying the education system in 2020. Previous to this, it was in 1986, no doubt. So, Macaulay created a vision of creating employee in country because they were the rulers at that time and they want people to work under their guidance, to work for them without using their own brain. And simultaneously, they created education pattern which we are learning since last many years. And that was the crux basically why we are thinking whenever we are having any kind of education program, we do think only one parameter, मुझे job करना है. I have to work for anyone else. No doubt it's a good thing to learn to survive your family. No doubt jobs are important. But apart from job, if you are learning a kind of education, why not you should use that education for your own self? You can start a simple small business, any small concept you can work on because you are educated. Ultimately, we are utilizing our own energy in working for a specific company because we are getting handsome amount and we are living a comfortable life. And that's why we are least bothered about what others are doing, what country is doing, what is the GDP of countries, nothing, nothing, nothing. And that has because we have been taught since childhood that you are going to work in a company, achieve a maximum good position, achieve the ladder of success by working in the best way to the specific company, you are going to live the happy life. And this actually thought process government has tried to change in this new education policy. And that's why this policy is very important to understand specifically. New education policy is specifically talking about innovation, specifically talking about creativity, specifically talking about businesses, specifically talking about alliances, specifically talking about collaborations. Because government wants the Indian people should encourage themselves to understand the crux of innovation, crux of entrepreneurship, the crux of business domains, and how everything we can put in the education domain, because ultimately we are there to have education. So to aware the manpower, to aware the citizens, education was the only source through which you can change the brain structure of anyone. Because constantly we are following the education system, and that education system can change our own perception कि मुझे क्या करना है ultimately. Because we generally keep a trust on schools. जो स्कूल में पढ़ाया जाएगा अच्छा ही होता है. We do believe in that, no doubt. Because we generally believe in only couple of people. Ultimately God we believe, ultimately mother father we believe, and next we believe on the teachers, mentors, your faculty members, because whatever they are guiding you, we thought it's true. And that's why, to make people aware about the understanding the creativity, encourage them to think in a different manner, education is the only field through which we can guide constantly the upcoming generations. India, when I'm talking about the India specifically, we are superpower, no doubt, because considering the demographic structure of India, we are very at good position because we are a young country in entire globe. You all aware about that. We are creative, we are knowledgeable, we are innovative. So definitely we can be the economic giant, definitely. But it depends on our participation. I'm using the word ours. It's me and you also. How we are going to participate in this journey of next 20 years is going to define India, whether we are going to be an economic giant or not. And that's why understanding this new policy, new strategy is very important. We are third largest ecosystem in the world. Everybody is aware about that. We are having an extraordinary retail market in world. We are having extraordinary human manpower out in outsourcing domain in India. We are having extraordinary rich cultures in India. We are having a different brain aspects in creativity as compared to globe. And that's why our great leaders, previous to this also, has vision that India can become the superpower. We are deserving to be superpowers, but ultimately because of our approach for working someone else, for working for specific selfish reasons, are killing this, are murdering all these things. India is upcoming year probably aspiring to be a $5 trillion economy very soon. And to reach to this $5 trillion economy, everybody's contribution is going to be assessed. Everybody's contribution is going to be assessed. Why? Because single contribution of a single person is going to add value to the GDP. And if you are witnessing, we are looking towards $5 trillion economy, no doubt, everybody's contribution matters a lot, my friends. And therefore, whatever you are going to learning right now, whatever learning in terms of your college difference and certifications program, how you are going to add a value to the country, that is going to be measured, definitely. And that's why NEP is making you aware about how individual person can contribute to the country. Why? There are different vocational aspects we are supposed to consider as important. You must have understood in Maharashtra that there were a concept of Bara Balute Dar. You must have understood this concept while studying history. Bara Balute Dar, where there were a system that 12 different vocational skill persons are working in the era of great Shivaji Maharaj also. They are having the different concepts of Bara Balute Dar system where 12 different people from different specific tasks are working. No doubt it was a barter system or it was a currency system, doesn't matter, but they were specialized person and they were running out the entire economy. This is actually Indian education system, no doubt, is great because we are blessed with a different brain of creativity. You can see when entire world is suffering from survival, India was having many universities with us that foreign people used to come to India to learn. You can take example of Nalanda also. Supreme University specifically, many people from world are coming to India to learn different knowledgeable aspects. We were having Vimanas, we were having, missiles in previous era. Where were the knowledge? That all knowledge were, diversified with the notion of British era specifically. So therefore, right now there is a platform through which we can gain all these golden days by creating our country more competent, more comfortable to be a superpower. And therefore, my friends, in entrepreneurial front, we are there to make country shine because entrepreneurs are specifically the GDP pullers, we can say. Entrepreneurs generally fetch the foreign currency, generally fetch foreign talents, which can benefit country. You can take example of UK or USA. In UK and USA, you will find n number of Indian people are working for different domains. You can take example of Google, you can take example of Microsoft. All the CEOs on big brands are Indians, Why they are working there? Because we lost them to provide ample opportunities in India. We failed there. And therefore, right now, the NEP is planning in a defined way that whatever manpower is operating right now in India should get that platform where they can create their own Google, where they can create their own Microsoft. And that is quite possible, my friends, if you understand the NEP in a well-defined way, and we can try to execute the same thing. 29 July 2020, Union Cabinet launched the new NEP, education policy, and which replaced the 1986 decided old education policy, which was amended on 1992 also. Government is specifically looking for robust change in country in terms of education, in terms of research, in terms of school, in terms of college, in terms of vocational learnings, in terms of multidisciplinary association, in terms of industry orientation. Many things government has planned, because right now those who are in the college right now, they can take benefit of all these things. Young generation can create their own destiny by understanding all these glimpses. And definitely industry association with education is definitely going to help all these learning processes in upcoming year. And my friends, this is one of the great things all people can understand in this NEP. Next slide, I'm just going to aware about in brief NEP. I'm not going to talk more on NEP. Rather, I'm going to talk more on how we can use NEP to become an entrepreneur, to create more entrepreneurs, to understand how NEP is going to support entrepreneurs. Right now, there are many, associations, many institutions are India whom are directly and indirectly providing assistance to create entrepreneurs, to create business persons, to create innovators, to create risk takers. But there is a difference between all these things. What differences are there? So in brief, I'm going to aware about the NEP concept for schooling, just to make you aware. See how this actually NEP is going to support you. What things are there we supposed to understand? You people are aware about there were SSC board, there were HSC board right now. Upcoming NEP is witnessing or looking for change, just like this above education as I mentioned there, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Fifth standard, again third, eighth standard, then next 3 years and next 4 years of college, graduation. So this is something government is planning. They wipe out the board structures, HSC and SSC structures, so that every human being, every child can get an exposure to the different education aspects. हमें याद है आज भी 10 के बाद if you want to go in social science, you have to sacrifice the humanities. If you want to select for humanities, you have to sacrifice the engineering. These were the situations. Right now, situations are that it can clubbed from schooling only. And this is something different. This is something magical things what government is expecting. And the beauty of all this is that it's going to help the children to know where they are best, or what is their passion, what is their hobbies, what career they want to pursue. Everything, every platform is open to them, and this is the most important beauty of NEP for all of us, my friends. Previous to this, 6 to 14 year age was considered for compulsory education. Right now, it has been extended to 18 years. Means students will be getting opportunity to have a best education. Again, previous to this, mother tongue was least considered in education domain. Let's say example, because we are witnessing the education policy drawn or decided by the British people in our ancient time. And that's why we are following the English communication structure. English आता है, बंदा अच्छा है. English नहीं आता है, खराब है. This was the situation we have been taught since our childhood. If someone is speaking in good English, excellent person. If someone is brilliant, no doubt, but unable to speak in English, काम का नहीं है. This was the situation what we are thinking right now. So this thinking also was becoming hurdle for students to come in the mainstream education. And that's why government has planned to use mother tongue as a mean of education. No doubt, from 5th standard onwards to 8th standards, there was certain obligatory parts, no doubt, to make students learn in their mother tongue. in foreign countries, it has been observed that they do follow same structure, whether it is German, Russian, or any country. They provide education in their local language, mother tongue language, because students can easily understand. Right now, you can check in India. We are imposing students learn in English. We generally keep talking in students or childs in English because we want English should be excellent. No doubt, it's a best language. You have to learn the Englishes. But why you are imposing the same thing? Because that was the reason maximum school dropouts were there, because of such language compulsion. And that was the reason India was not touching the sky in spite of creative minds. And that was something different. Government has planned right now. Government has come up with an extraordinary solution of 3-language policy. Why 3-language policy? Because students will learn 3 languages. It is necessary for them to provide at least 2 of the 3 languages originated in India. And that is something different. That is creating magic. Definitely, because if you are going to learn in mother tongue, you can easily understand, no doubt. 3 languages you are going to learn, different languages, you can easily put your thoughts. And this is something we can say, creating a confident manpower who can have the ability to keep their thoughts in front of thousands of people. This is again a magical thing government is planning. Again, bagless day and casual internship. That was something creative, I can say, government is witnessing or government is planning. What is bagless day specifically, my friends? Government is thinking to create a 10 days period where grade 6 standard to 8 standard learners will be interacting with vocational people like, gardener, potters, artists, carpenters, so that they can meet, they can discuss, they can understand. Second important aspects of all this 10 days, discussion is to respect the profession. Because आज हम क्या सोचते हैं, माली है, गार्डनर है, छोटा काम है, कारपेंटर है, छोटा काम है. We never respect these professions. We never respect these skills. And this is something we have been taught. If someone is working in a bank, extraordinary person. If someone is working as a gardener, least bothered person. To wipe out this thinking perception of people from their mind, government is planning for bagless day, where students will be getting exposure to meet such people, understand their crux, understand their task, and to create a respect towards the skill development. This is very important, my friends. See, government how is thinking basically to create your mindset also. You should be ready to understand and give importance to each and every profession. We never respect such professions because we have been taught जितना ज्यादा अच्छा पोजीशन है उतना आपका रिस्पेक्ट दुनिया में होगा. It's not like that. You should respect every profession, and to make that habit in the mind of school going children, government has planned this. Again, casual internships. When these people are going to, students are going to meet these people for 10 days specifically, they are ultimately having a internships also. They can understand how they are cutting the wooden bar, how they are growing the seeds, everything they can understand. That can create an curious mind, and that curious mind can bow the seed of next entrepreneurs, next skill oriented person, next multidisciplinary person. And therefore, my friends, this is very, very, very nice step taken by government for bagless days and casual internships. Again, coding for children's. Right now, you can see the White Hat Junior and something. They are promoting, they are bombarding themselves on television that coding is very important. No doubt, coding is very important, my friends, because it's an era of digital transformation. It's an era of online market. And to be in the race, you at least should have knowledge of coding, because everything is revolving around IT, computers, data. These are the things. You can check your own examples. We are talking to each other on this video platform. It's a computer. We can talking to each other through mobile. It's a network. So to make people more understanding about these technological aspects, government is planning to make coding available from class 6 onward, which other countries already started. We are quite late in this process, but even though we are late, but at least we can initiate. Now, whatever government is planning, whom is going to execute all these things? It's you and me. Therefore, it's necessary for us to understand the crux of what government is expecting from us, so that we can execute the same thing with the same vision what government is having, my friends. Again, multi-stream flexibility is very important part. Government is thinking that people after 10th class, it's very difficult for a student to get two multiple degrees at a single time. Now that part was make easy, that students can choose politics, economy, students can choose history, physics simultaneous way. And this is something magical thing what government is planning. Again, when I'm talking about the college level aspects, the very important decision government is taking about common college entrance exam. Students will now be evaluated by traditional SAT, that is Scholastic Assessment Test, that is going to be conducted twice in a year for college admissions. And this is something very important decision taken by government, because in UK, USA, they're already having such kind of systems over there. And that will be going to make opportunity for students, because that is going to conduct twice in the year. This is most important thing government has planned. Again, 4-year bachelor's program. You must be aware about 3 years bachelor program, again 1 year of research, 4 years, again 1 year of master, 5 years, 1 year of postdoctoral, in research oriented. All these aspects government has put in the 4-year bachelor's programs also. You can learn more about this by visiting the NEP document also. Again, fee cap. That is the most important decision taken by government, because affordability in learning is very important, my friends. You can see many times, even though people are having multi-talent with them, because of their financial positions, sometimes it's not affordable for them to connect with the best institution. So government has decided to create a cap on private education organizations so that they can charge the affordable fees. Government is planning to make different changes so that students can get the higher education. Government is planning to enforce a fee cap towards making education more equal. And my friends, this is very important thing government is looking towards. The most important part, what I think specifically is more interesting, is higher education to international players. And this is something is going to work as a magical wand, my friends, which can create ample opportunities for Indian students in India only. Right now, when I studied this part, basically, I came to know that every year close to 7,50,000 students generally go to abroad for higher education. You can just imagine the figure. 7,50,000 बच्चे हर साल इंडिया से बाहर जाते हैं पढ़ाई करने के लिए. In short, it's a brain drain for India. जो क्रिएटिव मैन पावर है वही फॉरेन जा रहा है, मोस्टली लोग वहीं पे सेटल हो जाते हैं, बिकॉज दे डू गेट मोर एक्सपोजर इन टर्म्स ऑफ मनी, पोजिशंस, कंफर्ट एंड सेटिस्फैक्शन. बिकॉज इंडिया में हायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम इतना अच्छा नहीं था. So generally, you can check B people also preferring to go to UK or USA for MS, because they do have their international standard systems. Government has initiated the change that they are invited more than 100 foreign universities to come to India. And the foreign universities are operating their programs in India only. And this is something great opportunity that Indian people can pursue higher educations in foreign university in India only, so that we can save the brain drain, and it can be a brain gain for India, my friends. From brain drain, we can transform ourselves to the brain gain. We can utilize the same brain in India, and these multi-talented people can add value to the country. International players, no doubt, coming to India. Simultaneously, Indian universities are also going abroad for opening of their educational campuses in different countries. This is something good thing India is planning. Now, government has also added one important point in this. Government has basically initiating to hire specialists as a master teachers. Basically, this is very important for teachers also. those who are performing traditional knowledge, technical crafts, manufacturing or agriculture oriented, we can invite these people as the master teachers because they know the local knowledge and they know already what kind of occupations are they are having and how what do's and don'ts they're supposed to follow if someone want to pursue career. Again, the one magical thing I want to just put over here, government is also expecting higher education institutions or even for state government to project the shortage of subject matter experts. How they are going to assess the subject matter experts? They are going to review in what domain they need master teachers, industry teachers, specific specialized teachers, and they are going to create a pool where these specialized people can get best connectivity with higher education institutions. And this is something most important thing for teachers also, that if someone is teaching, no doubt there is a chance for them to update their knowledge, upgrade their specialized area where they can become the master teachers. They can associate with multiple organizations as a master teachers, because this free platform will make best persons to explore, to excel. And my friends, my fellow colleagues, think on this platform very seriously. Now, as I'm talking about the NEP, what made us to understand that NEP is important? कुछ लोगों को लगता है कि अरे चल रहा था एजुकेशन अच्छा चल रहा है, चलने दो ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, नया कुछ आया तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? फर्क पड़ता है माय फ्रेंड्स. There is a change, there is a need. If you can check, you can check in the slide also. The unemployment rate in India is close to 11%, my friends. No doubt 11% आपको लगेगा कि it's very simple, very small. But when you check the population demographic structure, 50% population is under 25 and 66% is close to 35. So the small percentage of 11% is going to have a major impact, my friends. लगने में 11% छोटा लगता है, but it is going to have a major impact, and that impact is killing India for progress, for growth. Why there is a problem in India in terms of economical situations? Because of such things. Why, in spite of having degrees with people, they are unable to get the best jobs? Because our education was not at par that person can get a best job. Ultimately, you can check if someone is learning mechanical part, he is specialized in mechanical only. If I ask the person to create a balance sheet, he is not aware about creating balance sheet. If I ask a person to plan for the international market domain, he probably may not aware about these things, because we have been teaching, or we have been taught since long time a specialized specific area only, where one is going to become master of that specific thing only. No multidisciplinary approach were there, and that was killing India. And therefore, the unemployment rate in India is very high. 11% is very high figure, my friends. You can check yourself. Those who want to get a best placement need to check these statistical aspects. 2027. Why India's? I said that previous slides that India is going to be a superpower, because one out of every 5% will be an Indian in global workforce. So there is a huge opportunities for people, those who want to work for countries or different companies also. Definitely, my friends, everything can possible if you can understand the NEP in a well-defined way and we can execute it effectively. Therefore, NEP can make India really global knowledgeable superpower. You can check 1 out of 5 will be an Indian on global platform for working force. Now, the most important thing which can change this scenario is making our children employable. That's why I specifically mention over here that 18+ % should be employable. And if the person is employable, automatically enrollment ratio in education is high. If enrollment ratio in education is going to be high, ultimately, my friends, GDP is going to increase. If GDP is going to increase, automatically basic infra in country is going to flourish. Country can invest more in more and more infrastructure, more and more service domains and social domains also. And therefore, the NEP will be the platform to transform all these things in upcoming years. Now, when I'm talking about the research and innovation, which is the crux of all these things, we need to understand these points very carefully. When I'm talking about the research and innovation, my friends, just see the example. Slide is in front of your gadgets or mobiles or laptops. This is the Indian context comparison, my friends. In India specifically, only 0.70% is the investment as compared to GDP for research and innovation. Means this picture shows how poor we are for creating something new. How poor we are for research associations and research knowledge. We are making ourselves proud. हमको लगता है we are in number of we can say the manpower, we are extraordinary. No doubt you are extraordinary, but in terms of research and innovations, you are nothing. You are nowhere else, and that is killing actually that is the most important reason of brain drain also. Investments are very less in India in terms of research and innovation, and that's why there is a major sign of brain drain. While when I compare this 0.70 with other countries, my friends, it's USA generally spends close to 3% of research innovation investment as compared to GDP. Israel, a very small country, they do have 4.5% of investment as compared to GDP. See, even though small countries there, they know the importance of research and innovation. That's why they are spending more. India, even though it's a super number 3 country, still we are spending very 0.70%. And the small countries are spending more. You can take example of South Korea also. They are also investing more than 4.3%. See the magic of South Korea. They were everywhere in, white goods, whether it is mobile phones or whether it is television or fridge, anything. They are there because of innovations are there. They do work for some things. When I'm talking about India, where we are, the question remains same there, because we are responsible for this. We as the teacher, we as the students are responsible because we never thought on this platform that we want more and more investment to create something new, because ultimately if you are creating something new, you can hire best manpower to carry forward the further work, which foreign companies are doing, which foreign countries are doing. They are having their own innovations, they are having their own creations, and to carry forward this, they need manpower which are multi-talented, and they hire Indian people. In India, we are number 1 in outsourcing, but not in innovation, not in creation, not in business, because our education has made us to think like a clerk only, to think like an employee mindset only. India, no doubt, on Global Innovation Index, we are 52 at. China is 14. China is 14. And we are at 52. Government is planning to change this index number, and they want India to be within 25th by 2025. This is possible if only the student community of India, the higher education institutions of India can change it. Because right now we are in 2021, only 4 years are there. We need to try ourselves at best in terms of innovation, in terms of businesses, in terms of startups, in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of patents and other things. Then we can reach within 25 number by 2025. And this is possible, my friends. When I'm compare specifically the research domain, my friends, it's a shocking. When I compare 1 lakh people, I can found only 15% are working as a researcher in India. Only 15 out of 1 lakh. See the research orientation in India, where we are. We are lacking actually. We are lacking the research domains. While when I compare the same figure with China, they are having close to 110 people in 1 lakh as a researchers. When I think same thing with USA, they are having more to 420 people per lakh working as a researchers. When I consider the same thing with Israel, they are having more than 850% out of 1 lakh. That's why Israel is far ahead than us, even though it's a small country. because they know the value of research and innovation, which we are lacking, my friends. When I'm talking about the investment part, as I spoke to you earlier, China generally invests close to 2.1% of their GDP in innovation. That's why China is number one. China is leading the globe with their economical power, with their capacity to lead the other countries. The scenario in India, when I'm talking about the patent applications, my friend, we can generally having 45,000 patent applications per year, which we thought are very high. But when I'm talking about the global scenario, we are nothing. We are nowhere else, actually. Because China, every year, they file most to 13 lakh plus research applications, patent applications, 13 lakh plus, and we are 45,000. What is the comparison? There is no comparison at all. Israel is a small country. Why I'm taking again name of Israel? Because they are far ahead than us in terms of innovation, in terms of creativity. They do file close to 6,500 applications per year, but they are technically very sound, which we are not. We are masters in replica. We are masters in copy. In innovation, we are nowhere else. And that we need to change, my friends. USA, they do file patent applications close to 6 lakhs plus. And this is something different, my friends. I request the participants to please mute themselves because this is something disturbing. Please mute yourself. Yeah. So this innovation index specifically, this innovation statistics, why I'm showing this? So that at least we can understand where we are. Now, being a student of engineering, there is a most probable aspects with you that you can create something new. You can work for innovations. You can work for patents. The next sessions you are having in impact session are about innovations only, patents only. Understand that. Get this country far ahead by your research and innovation, my friends. And this is something I want you to understand in terms of need of NP, so that these statistics make you aware of where we are. Now, when I'm talking about the NEP and entrepreneurship combination or collaboration, NEP itself is a structure which have a vision of creating entrepreneurs in India whom can lead the country. And therefore, the entrepreneurial revolution is highly possible in upcoming years because the NEP make you to work multidisciplinary, learn different skills, learn different vocational learnings, learn different collaborative structures of different domains. Entrepreneurs are whom specifically? Entrepreneurs are specifically the person which I mentioned in the brown box, that is imaginative, innovative, ingenious, proactive, pioneering, prospect oriented, because these people work for outcomes. Outcome orientation matters a lot, my friends. And NEP, if you can look a bird eye view on NEP, you will come to know NEP has moved everything in these 6 points. The student learners should imagine what they are doing. They should be innovative enough to understand what they are going to do. Ingenious things should be there in their mindset. They should be extraordinary, proactive person to understand, to raise questions, to understand, and to create curiosity in their minds. Because this is something your education policies drafting the things. They expect people to initiate something. That's why the word pioneer matter a lot over here. Generally, we call pioneer means the person who initiates something. And the initiators are matters a lot because they are the change leaders, my friends. You can be the change leader also if you decide in your mind, if you imagine something you are going to change in an innovative way with ingenious style, with your proactive actions, you can be the pioneer. And once you pioneer anything, the prospects oriented work will help you to create India as a #1 country. And therefore, this entrepreneurial revolution is already won in the NEP. It's up to us How we are going to understand this? You can check. School going children are working for internships from standard 5th only. They are going to learn in the local language also. They are having association with different industry also as internships. So government is planning to make the young mind from their childhood only to think differently, to think creatively, to think innovatively, to understand each and everything. बचपन में बच्चे सवाल पूछते हैं पेरेंट्स से कि चांद यहाँ से कितना दूर है, कितना टाइम लगता है. वी आर फेल टू आंसर. हम गूगल खोलते बोलते इतना टाइम लगेगा. Creativity matters, my friend. Or without creativity, nothing is possible. That's why if you can dream for certain things, you should have that knowledge with you, and therefore NEP is offering that mixed knowledge for every student, considering their choice, considering their passion, considering their hobby, considering their career domains. And we as the teachers, we as the students are going to support all this, because our support system matters for effective integration, effective outcome orientation of this NEP, my friends. Now, when I'm using the word integration, the approach of integration matters a lot. Industry and government, they simultaneously work together for this creating draft of NEP. And the most important thing which we're missing in our education system right now is integration of vocational education. Vocational education generally is being a neglected part, always remember, is being a neglected part in this journey of education, because we never consider vocational learning as a mainstream education. That is the add-on education we always thought, and which NEP is changing the mindset right now. Vocational learnings are specifically learnings which are going to add skill in the learner, which going to add value to the learner, because they can make themselves master in specific skill or specific vocation platform, whether it is electric platform, whether it is carpentry platform, or whether it is any domain platform. The integration of vocational learnings are definitely going to add value to the country by in mainstream education, my friends. And therefore, the professional entrepreneurs we can expect to come for teaching those who are already established, those who are establishing, because these are the, as I said in last slide, that master teachers are expected to teach. Why master teachers? Because they are specialized person. They are already working in certain domains, and that domain experience they can share, which generally what we do in education system right now, we do invite any person as a guest faculty or guest lecturer, which students are observing, students are witnessing. In the span of 1 and 2 hours, they used to understand, and again things goes on. This thing should not happen. If someone is interested in a specific thing, you can invite people from different domains as a professional entrepreneurs in teaching, and that entrepreneurs can define the journey of aspiring entrepreneurs, those who want to do. And for that, government is allowing higher institutional education institutions for national international collaborations, because this collaboration matters a lot. As I said in previous slide, 100+ foreign universities are coming to India to offer their education in India. Simultaneously, industries are also coming to India so that they can integrate and they can collaborate with the higher education institutions in India. Means ample opportunities will be there for Indian students to get an exposure of foreign culture. What kind of technology skills they are having and where we are right now, we can easily compare, and we can grasp ourselves, upgrade ourselves to be ready for them as a product package, my friends. And this collaboration may consider as an exchange program also. This is very additional benefit you people are going to get. Entrepreneurship development skills are government is planning to nurture from schooling days only. See the magic. From the schooling days only, you are teaching with additional certifications, maybe for entrepreneurship development, whether it is short term, long term, doesn't matter. As a skill set, you can work on that. Right now in India, in last couple of years only, we can see that right now that we are witnessing the lecture of Institution Innovation Cell. Such kind of initiative matters a lot. to make Indian people entrepreneurs, to make Indian citizens to think for innovation, creativity, and business domains. So all these things will be very easy if you can understand the crux of NEP. Again, the integration of technology and education matters a lot. Right now, Corona pandemic has made us to be more tech savvy in education domain because everything is online right now. Students are observing online, getting lectures online, appearing for examination online, filling forms online, everything is online. I can say thank you to the Corona. No doubt it's a bad thing for human society and human beings. But because of that, Indian people can become tech savvy. So this integration of technology is definitely going to help them to plan for the future. And more technological innovations are coming. You can see the disruptive innovations have changed the entire globe. And these innovations are making education more competent also, my friends. And therefore, we should think it positively that integration in technology and education matters a lot. As I said earlier about hiring specialized instructors matters also. Simultaneously, short-term courses of certifications also going to help. Now here, you need technology in education because certification courses may sometimes offline or may sometimes online, but the certification courses in specific vocational part, yeah, multi-stream part is going to support the learner to upgrade their knowledge. And my friends, right now you can see the many platforms are open in globe right now. You can take name of NPTEL, Swayam in Indian domain, Coursera, Allison, Udemy, Learn to Upgrade, anything. Many people are offering the courses like this. Though it's a video sessions, no doubt, but you are adding value. And that matters also because you are something learning different. Right now, people in India, let's say example of computer IT sectors, they are learning in domain of IT. Let's say example, someone is learning for Java. So in Java, what they are learning, which is a language, no doubt, but apart from language, what is about the design part? What is about the Salesforce job? This kind of association should be discussed with these people so that they can know after learning Java where they want to define their career. And these things are possible if you can add value with short-term certification courses. You can take example of Google language. Google is having their own language. Golan, I think there is something specific name which people are neglecting right now. It's having greater importance because everything is witnessing global change. So such kind of courses are very important for people to integrate with the different skill sets. And government is also planning to establish National Research Foundation. This is a very great part. Government is planning for National Research Foundation to support the upcoming business persons, to support the startup ecosystems in India by seed capital, by providing assistance and certain things like what incubation centers are doing right now. Incubation centers are doing, but many times it has been a problematic case for incubation center to run their show because of funds. Without funds, nothing is possible. So to make this hurdle away from the journey, government has planned to initiate NRF, and that NRF is specifically helping Indian manpower, Indian entrepreneurs, Indian business domains, Indian higher education institutions to initiate the innovation, creativity, business and startups and entrepreneurship. This is definitely going to add value to the current situation of country and may expect more outcomes in upcoming years. So simply, when I'm talking about the NEP is preparing ourselves to be entrepreneurs. Because skill orientation, vocational orientation, multi-specializations, multi-domain knowledge, sharings, understanding the different skill sets are expected to be a best professional. And once a person is going to learn all these things specifically, it is going to help them because when you're talking about industry association, industries are expecting the people with multi-domain knowledge. And that multi-domain knowledge is nothing but different skill sets. If someone is having different skill set, ultimately industry generally prefer the person. And ultimately, if someone is having that skill sets, they can be entrepreneur. Very simple. So the word I am using here, sustainable development goals, are very important in this journey of NEP. because we are preparing entrepreneurs in upcoming years. Because we are collaborated with foreign organizations, we are collaborated with industry, we are having alignment of industry, government also supporting with the funds and certain things. So this is creating a best picture, a best portrait of creating more and more entrepreneurs. Ultimately, there are certain things we're supposed to analyze, that is skill gap analysis and mapping local opportunities. These things where we are lacking right now, but over the period of time, we can also come with best solutions to minimize this gap of understanding skill gaps, because you can check very few people are know about multidisciplinary knowledge in education right now. As I said right now, mechanical person can be best in mechanical only, but when I ask mechanical person to prepare a balance sheet, probably he may fail. So this is what NEP is making you as a club to learn different skills, and so that they can become the future entrepreneurs. So ultimately what NEP is talking about, it's talking about the specializations, different specializations which are clubbed together for learning. Specialization matters because, as I said, multidisciplinary task is very important. And multidisciplinary tasks are associated with either in live projects, either in research projects, either with industry association, because students are learning the curriculum decided by the universities, maybe say a couple of years back, because every 3 to 5 years university design the syllabus, new syllabus. But here we're supposed to vision in syllabus way for next 20 years. What foreign players are doing, what other countries are doing, where we are in terms of research and innovation, where we are witnessing to see ourselves or portraying ourselves to reach in desired span of next 10 years or next 15 years. Considering that, we're supposed to design the outcomes. We design the syllabus and curriculum. And to make that free hand to the higher institutions, government has planned the specializations era, where students can get multi-domain knowledge by doing a single course. You can see, ultimately, if someone want to drop out the college, still the person will be getting some kind of degree with him by completing 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or 4 year. Person can again later join the different course and they can club the credits also. That is, we can say the credit bank facility has been created by the government. This is something different thing which government is expecting from students community and from the higher institution organizations also, my friends. So industry association in this matter is definitely going to help, and creative curriculum is going to support the learners and the teachers also. More intense focus has been given on technical education. Now, why technical education? Because if I'm mentioning something specialized degrees like engineering, technology, management, architecture, as I mentioned on the slide, these people are already having demand, but demand for skilled manpower, demand for excellent professionals, demand for knowledgeable person who can execute. Remember, my friends, and to make these people more capable, more qualified, industry collaboration matters a lot. And NEP insists that part, that institutions and industry should go in hand. Ultimately, whatever student is learning in education institution should relate with the industry, that industry is working right now on the same platform. Right now, what this picture? जनरल देखिए, आप अगर कोई प्रोजेक्ट करना रहेगा तो हम लोग वी चेक द इंडस्ट्रीज कि हमको प्रोजेक्ट दीजिए. मोस्टली मिलता है, नहीं मिलता है, डजंट मैटर. बट व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, वी आर जस्ट टेकिंग फॉलो अप एंड witnessing the things. Here, collaboration matters. What NEP expect, that institution should work in collaboration with the industry, because whatever industry is doing, same thing can be teach in institutions, so that students can get a knowledge industry, how they are doing, how they are functioning. And therefore, my friends, multi-domain knowledge, I am again mentioning the same thing again and again, multi-domain knowledge, multidisciplinary knowledge is going to help the learners and the teachers to create a best picture of country in terms of innovation, research, entrepreneurship, and a leading country. And therefore, it's everybody's association. We should support to each other in all this journey. So technological education, technical education with industry collaboration is what NEP is expecting. Ultimately, people right now learning and understanding this session may going to work in country or any company in the next span of couple of years. But once you are joining your specific company or starting your specific company, it's your role to connect with the colleges, connect with the schools, so that you can add value to these people. And this is what NAP expects. You can be the master teacher also. You can add value to the society also. You can connect or you can share your knowledge with the school going children or college also. So that these people will understand how industry is functioning. They should not depend on the curricula only. They can relate with industry is expecting from them, and that industry knowledge should be made ready with them as a part of internships. Therefore, internships in this education domains are very important, and right now higher education institutions should focus on this internship aspects. Generally, institutions should offer more and more live projects to their students with industry association. So therefore, when I'm talking about this, the role of professional on this journey of innovation is what something a questionable point in my mind. In India, when I am talking about Indian concepts, we are number one in Jugaad. Jugaad, everyone knows the word Jugaad. Doing something to get immediate outcome is what Jugaad. And that is a good thing that we are good creators. I must appreciate Jugaad approach of students, Jugaad approach of professionals, because they are finding solution in immediate way. They are creating outcome by using their brain creatively. And this is what expecting in NEP also. That Jugaad mind should be there for further innovation. And that Jugaad mind can be possible if you can offer certain type of learning to the students and learners also. What is the one disadvantage of Jugaad? That Jugaad is nothing but a quick solution which cannot be standardized. Always remember, which cannot be standardized. Because we are doing something to get rid of any problem. But Jugaad is neither scalable nor replicable. Remember this. And as I said, it cannot be standardized. Therefore, what NEP is expecting, if you are working on certain kind of Jugaads, create that Jugaad in an innovative way, create a standardized platform which can be replicable, which can be scalable, so that we can add that Jugaad as an innovation. And the more aspects in this process of Jugaad is depend on learner and mentors. How the teachers see the problem, how the students assess the problem, how they come with the solutions, how they can make the Jugaad more standard so that others can also use the Jugaad. You must have seen the movie Swades. Shah Rukh Khan has played the key role in the movie Swades as a Mohan Bhargav. He also used one Jugaad technique to create the electricity. You must have seen the movie Swades. पानी ऊपर आता है, पानी से वो light electricity तैयार करता है. That was kind of Jugaad. But he used his knowledge because he was working with NASA as an engineer, and he used all his knowledge for action. And that is why the second point which I mentioned over here is knowledge is essential, but action is more important, my friends. You are knowledgeable because you learn everything. But if you fail to execute that, if you fail to have action for that, what is the use of this? Definitely there is no use. You can see the movie. You must have appreciated the movie. You must have thought that I am also going to add value to society by doing certain things. But over the period of time, you must have forgot that. My friends, if you're learning something, your education matters. And that is what I want you people as a professional to think this. Your knowledge is quite important. It's important to be knowledgeable, no doubt. But it is more important to take a step to implement that knowledge, my friends. Why? Because in this process, you are making people from job seekers to job creators. I also want to discuss certain important point of our parents' approach also in this platform, because you are engineers, may going to define certain companies or may going to start your own business. But in India, when I'm discussing this platform of entrepreneurship in different platforms, I do have certain outcomes that अगर कोई स्टूडेंट बोलता है कि मुझे बिजनेस करना है तो सबसे पहला रिजेक्शन उसके घर से ही आता है. दिमाग खराब हुआ है क्या, बिजनेस करना है, अच्छा भला इंजीनियरिंग लिया है, जा किसी कंपनी में जॉब कर, अच्छा जॉब कर, पैसा कमा, घर ले और खुश रह. किसने दिमाग में डाला है कि बिजनेस करना है? दिस इज द जनरल आंसर्स ऑफ पेरेंट्स वी आर विटनेसिंग इन इंडिया. Even though student is creative, student is innovative, the first rejection is from his own house or her own house also, because parents fail to keep a trust on their own child. Why? Because they thought survival is very important, prestige is very important, sustaining life is very important. They generally hesitate to support their child for creativity, for innovation. And this is something we are missing. Now, why I'm using this word and why I'm telling this story to you? Because in upcoming year, probably you are also going to be the parents. Some faculties already, we and me are parents. It's our role to motivate our students to think creativity, think innovatively. Because we generally think for the best life. What is best life? We define salary, a proper house, one four-wheeler, some bank balance, good wife, and a good amount of social prestige. This is what we define as a success. But if someone is working for creativity, which can benefit the society, which can benefit the globe, we never support. And that's why I thought to discuss this platform in this session, that we people are responsible for creating this bad impact of more creativity and innovation. We're supposed to support each other. We're supposed to assist each other because they are doing. Why we are measuring their success with the first impression only? That is the wrong thing. We should not measure anybody's success with the first step. It may possible the first step they may fail, but over the period they can succeed if you support them. Ultimately, you are knowledgeable person. I am also knowledgeable person. We are also knowledgeable person. We can create a harmony. We can create an ecosystem where we can support each other for more and more actions. इसलिए मैंने स्वदेश का नाम लिया था मूवी का. सबको मूवी अच्छा लगा था, सबको लगा था कि मैं भी कुछ करूंगा सोसाइटी के लिए, लेकिन किया कुछ नहीं है. So there is a time to do something for society by this mode of NEP, my friends. Again, as I'm saying, NEP is something asking you to do education. Right now we are memorizing things. It's like herd mentality we are carrying out. जो पढ़ रहे हैं उसको याद रखना है, उसको पेपर में जाके लिखना है, and we are getting marks. Is this the education? That things need to be changed, because rather than what you know, what you can do is more important. Am I right? And NEP is focusing right now for to do education. You know things, do it. You know things, execute it. And that matters, my friend. And that's a good sign that NEP is transforming Indian education from memorizing things to do education things. And therefore, this can make India learn new skills, learn new knowledge, so that no job seekers, but we can expect more and more job creators. Because ultimately, if someone is having a skill set, if someone is working for creating of something, he or she may need manpower to support his idea. And to support his idea, he may or she may can create more and more job opportunities. As I talked about the first slide of 11.4% unemployment ratio in India, that can be minimized by the way of creating more and more businesses, more and more creative things, more and more innovative things, and we can offer more jobs to the Indian people, Indian citizens, rather global citizens. So unemployment can be minimized by the way of understanding the different vocational learnings, understanding different skill sets, what NEP is asking you. Because India, as I said, is the third largest startup ecosystem. We are third largest startup ecosystem. Unfortunately, by number we are good amount, but when it comes to education, we are lacking. Why we are lacking? Because the approaches. सिंपल है, अगर कोई आपका पीयर, आपका कलीग भी बिजनेस करता है तो आप उसका मजाक उड़ाते हैं, क्यों कर रहा है, नौकरी कर, अच्छा नौकरी मिल रहा है. इट्स अप्रोच वी आर कैरिंग दैट इज किलिंग अस. And we should not carry such kind of approach. If someone is, again, I am repeating, if someone is doing something, support them. Direct, indirect, support them, because this is something what NEP is expecting as a professional from you. And as I'm mentioning again and again, that industry specific knowledge matters a lot. हर एक एजुकेशन सेक्टर में कुछ ना कुछ प्रोजेक्ट बच्चों को करना पड़ता है, चाहे इंजीनियरिंग हो, मेडिकल हो या MBA हो. Everyone has to go for the internship, everyone has to complete some projects. But how authentically we are creating projects right now, with answer you knows only. Because we are master, as I said in earlier, we are master for copying things. We are master in creating replica. Same things we are doing with our education projects. We are copying it from different sources and we are showing it that this is my original work. Ultimately, my friends, you are not loyal to your own self. And this is a major question in India. And therefore, NEP asks to be associated with industry for specific life skills and gap analysis in terms of knowledge. Right now, industry is saying that we want huge number of manpower, but hardly we are getting people, because people are educated but not knowledgeable. People are having degrees with them, but very few are having the original knowledge which can add value to us. And this gap is why we are responsible for that, because we are not at all serious in learning the knowledge. We are there to get the degree only, because in our mind, getting degree and getting a job or starting something is enough. Actually, that is not enough. You're not doing anything special for the society, anything special for the self, not for your family also. So therefore, people, whether it is students or mentors or higher education institutions, should understand the importance of life skills and gap analysis, what industry is moving, where technology is moving, and where as the institutions or teachers as a mentor, we are moving. And that is the most important part I insist you people to understand. Remember this, because this is most important part. As I said again and again, vocational learnings is very important thing. And I already mentioned in a previous slide that National Research Foundation, this is something create a good picture of getting more and more entrepreneurs from the businesses, because they do provide a proper liaison between researchers and different branches of industry. And my friends, this is going to add value. Being a learner, being a student, being a mentor, I request all you people to kindly read this NCIVE and NRF documentation, because you are on the verge of completion of your degrees right now. You are going to enter in the corporate world as an employee, as a leader, as a startup entrepreneurs. So this may support you to understand the further flow of action, because ultimately you can support NEP execution in India by your own means. As I said, as I talked about integration also, this is something education institutions are expected to do in their current academic year also. They can start initiating. Already government has made, providing assistance to many HEI to start their own incubation centers. No doubt. Many organizations have already started the incubation center on the campus to support upcoming entrepreneurs, business leaders, to support the discuss idea, to support them in terms of assistance by providing the landscape, assistance of IT technology, assistance of seed capital and certain things. But how effective they are, that is again a question. Whatever startups or business promotions we are creating on the campuses, whether they are going to add value to the country. As I discussed with you about the patent applications, investments, we are nothing as compared to the global leaders. So integrating these vocational elements, I specifically used a word here as a vocational elements. This is something can define education institutions are doing different things in country. So my friends, apart from the multidisciplinary education, research and innovation should be very strong in HEI towards incubation, towards creating technology development centers. Now, what is technology development centers? We don't have such kind of systems, because whatever things we are doing right now is because government has made it mandate, or we are concerned for NBA or NAC accreditation. This approach of institution also killing institutions to do best things. Government is providing liberty in new education policy towards all these things. No doubt, NBA, NAC accreditations are important, but to satisfy these organizations only, many times or institutions are doing certain things to show them so that they can get the best ratings, whether it is A or triple A or double A, whatever it is, whether it is NBA approved or not. This approach again creating a problem in the region of strategy formulators. Technology development centers should be associated with industry. We can sign up MOUs with industry for technology sharing. Institutions can create the labs on their campuses, what industries are basically expecting. And government is also there to support you by the funding if you're doing all these things. Ultimately, the vocational training, what you're offering in terms of technology centers matters a lot, my friends. Again, research domain, I'm again repeating on research and research because this is actually we are lacking. In research area also, government is asking education institutions to open centers in frontier research, my friend. Because many times there are n number of problems we can see, we can observe, people are suffering, but very less we are contributing to get a solution in this research domain. Right now, organizations can use this technique to provide the solutions for the research problems. If you are in the specific urban area, you may are aware about n number of problem urban areas facing. Get a program, start on research, align the industry, align the master teachers from different domains, collaborative activities from foreign international activities. You may find a solution. If you are finding a solution, use that as a startup incubation, have your own company, assist all people to get work in this domain and start the company. This is quite easy. If you are having that vision, things are possible, my friends. And therefore, the greater importance has been given to the industry and academia. Always remember, industry and academia should go in hand. I again repeating in terms of all these aspects. When this topic is about entrepreneurship, so how NEP is deciding, NEP has portrayed the aspirant entrepreneur should likes. What entrepreneurs will be getting benefit once they complete the NEP processes. So NEP has shortlisted and chalked out certain things which are very important, my friends. And that is, this is what NEP is expecting from you as a aspiring entrepreneur. Curiosity should be there in the mind of people so that they can find a problem. If they are having a problem, they can find for the solutions. If they are finding for the solutions, they can create the processes, input, output, and the processes. If to create that processes, you need manpower, talented manpower. Ultimately, you are creating a pool of people to work with you towards the outcome. And my friends, you are going to learn different aspects of all this knowledgeable thing to get the solutions to the problem in any domain by this NEP platform. You can check. You are also going to study the business environment, economic environment, which right now students are missing. As I said, financial management domain, you are aware about the concept only, but you are not able to work being an engineering student. So this facility will make you work in financial management only, marketing only, branding only, operation only, anything. So all this pool of things definitely with creativity, with design thinking are going to support the upcoming entrepreneurs to understand. That's why in previous slide also I mentioned the word life skills, because some life skills also missing, people right now missing these life skills, how to behave with each other, they're also missing. And this is something again creating, or we are losing the human touch in doing all these things. So apart from all these things, life skills also important, my friends, but the main important points to be an entrepreneur are executed in this slide. You can check the bullet parts which are very important to be an entrepreneur. Moving further, no doubt we are talking on this NEP since last 1.5 hours probably. What is the success of this NEP? How this NEP can be fruitful to India is ultimately depend upon the execution. And that is the most important part, execution. As I said, we are educated, we are degree holders, but many times we fail to execute the knowledge which we are having in our college days. Why? Because execution is the most important thing which makes you a best professional. And here in NEP also, if our execution is not at par, the benefits what we are visualizing right now may not possible. And whom are the people whom are responsible for this best execution? It's we, either me, you, or the learners, or the mentors, or the organizations. These are the people because we are the stakeholders of NEP. And stakeholders should always work for the betterment of country, betterment of the processes. We are talking about the NEP. But if our mentors, if our teachers, industry fail to execute the things as per the standards, do you think can we execute the NEP in proper way? Probably no. If the student community right now, those who are on the verge of completion of their degrees, fail to understand the NEP process, fail to add value to the domains which they are working, no use. And therefore, my friends, the Indian youth, the students community are going to be responsible for effective execution of these systems. Indian institutions, higher education institutions are also going to add value to all these things. And executions are very important things. In next slide, I mentioned certain parts which are critical issues, I think, in critical execution. You can compare right now. When I'm talking about the teaching style and pedagogy style, what are the differences specifically? Right now, what is the pedagogy we are using in teaching domain? Let's say example, many times because of NAC, because of NBA, we are habituated to use the word like problem solving methodologies, collaborative learning, and team spirit activities, something things like that. It's because of NAC and NBA, no doubt. But apart from that, what is the actual motive of education? What kind of pedagogy should we use in teaching so that we can improve the quality of and value of teaching? Because whatever things we are discussing in NEP are possible only if you can add the best teaching pedagogies, best teaching values, and best teaching qualities. Ultimately depend upon the best teachers, best professionals from industry, and best knowledge sharing. Ultimately, my friends, the pedagogy should focus an holistic approach for overall development that should integrate value of each and every learners. That should be inquiry driven, my friends, which can add an option or a platform to the learners to have an experience. That should be experiential learning, I can say, which can stimulate the mind of learner to think with a cognitive approach, my friend. The cognitive orientation in education matters a lot, my friend. Education should be curious. Education should be discovery oriented. Education should be discussion based. Education should be learner centric. Education should be flexible enough for learner to understand the things and to add value what passions or hobbies they are having. And this is what NEP expect in pedagogy. Simply, NEP wants students to be curious. Why curious? Unless and until they are not going to be curious, they are not going to find the solution. And to find the solution, they are working on creativity and innovation. And that is what the role of teacher in this process are very important. For best education, our teaching community is going to be responsible. Because how we are going to plan the things, how we are going to perform the things, how we are going to associate with the industry, how we are going to be collaborative in the industry matters a lot. How we are going to understand student as a human being first, that also matters. And therefore, I mention life skill as an important part, which many times we neglect to discuss. We have to discuss the importance of life skill, my friends, because ultimately we are human beings and we have to understand the other person as a human being first. Forget about the procedures. And right now, world is witnessing the change in learning. Everything is online right now. So e-learning in upcoming days is going to be the key prime mode of teaching. My friends, e-learning is definitely going to change a revolution in learning domain. Corona pandemic has made us eligible to understand e-learning, understanding our childs to understand e-learning processes by different modes and mediums. No doubt it was imposed immediately because of those pandemic situations. But right now, we're aware about how to use e-learning models. And in this process of journey of NEP, the role of edtech companies, education technology companies are important. As I said in previous way, the Byju's, you can take example of right now. They are changing the landscape of education right now. People are not, students are not necessarily go to the classes right now because everything is offered online. Education technology companies, this is the best domain for the engineering students to enter right now in edtech companies because NEP is there to support you. NEP expect more diverse contribution from the edtech companies to reach each and every rural sector, to reach each and every urban sector, to reach each and every adult education domain also. Because right now education domain in any India is offering with a prior education base only. जैसे आपको 11th में admission चाहिए तो 10th minimum चाहिए. Simultaneously here, government is planning to reach to the adults and neglected part of the community to make them in the flow of mainstream education. And the things can be possible because right now it's not possible for country to create infrastructure immediately. But by this mode of e-technology, by certain technological affairs, we can reach. And therefore, the role of educational technology companies, the startup companies or big brands is very important in this process. As I said, NRF has been created, but how effectively that fund is going to be used as a seed capital, that is again a question mark. If funds are possible or available to the different entrepreneurs by different modes, things are quite possible. No doubt, government is still offering many schemes through we can say the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program also, yeah, in Maharashtra Chief Minister Employment Generation Program also, by MSME, by MCD, by Startup India. Many platforms are there, those who are offering seed capital, or they are making people employable by different kind of trainings and learnings also. But seed capital is very important, and government is already decided to start National Research Foundation to support young entrepreneurs, young, we can say the higher education institutions for incubating the upcoming creativity. Again, government, what basically government has made, we can say the obligatory, that internships. But success of all this depend on how educational organizations are associating with industries. So therefore, directing corporates for internship, that has government made it compulsory, no doubt. But how effectively organizations are going to connect with industry, that is a question mark. And that question can be solved if education organizations can proactive in all this process. Education organizations should be proactive in sense of offering more and more association with industry. I think they should have a common platform of advisory board in this education domain. Advisors from industry should be appointed for specific course, specific subjects, because these advisors are definitely going to help student community to learn the things what are expected. Again, government also thinking to create a national pool of NGO innovators and entrepreneurs so that we can invite them on multiple domains. We can ask them to be associated with the different organizations, and that is a good sign. No doubt, government is planning. But again, how effective the things are going to be, that is a question mark. And therefore, my friends, it's our role to make students enough capable for all these things. The important thing, how to learn students' approach. The most important line I was to mention over here, that learn how to learn. This is what missing right now. Students are learning because they are teaching like reading the things and they're supposed to keep in their memory. This is what we are expecting right now to be from students. But right now, NEP what expect? They are expecting students to learn how to learn. And that is something different. That is something magical. If you know why you are learning and how you are learning, ultimately you can add value to yourself and your society also. And therefore, the pedagogy which I mentioned right now in the primary discussion of this slide are very important. In India specifically, the role of teacher is very important in this process. And therefore, generally, this can possible if you can add more and more project-oriented learning in the teaching domain. The upcoming challenge, which are also benefit to the country and which can create a challenge to the country also for effective industry and academia also, and that is Industry 4.0. We are talking about Industry 4.0 rolled out. Right now, some students are also studying some subject Industry 4.0, but studying a subject and actually working on the project, that different things. Industry 4.0 specifically talking about more digitization, more innovation, more tech-based organizations, more automations. As I mentioned in the slide, you can read. Disruptive innovations are something expected in Industry 4.0 because people are behaving on digital platforms. People are tech savvy. You can check example of Android or iOS phone operators in India. It's a major number. Why multiple global companies are entering in India for technology base, just like Starlink of Tesla. Amazon also entering to the network, mobile network and internet network connectivity in India. Why? Because there is a advanced platform in India about population. More companies are doing all these things. More scope is there for IoT based organizations, digitization, robotics, automation of businesses because there is a need. And that need is making India a number one for all these learners. Now, benefit is what? Those who are in student line right now, they can be the pioneer of all these things if we can add value of all these segments. You can check all these transformations or making India is a breakthrough organizations, breakthrough country to get all these benefits. And these challenges are not challenges actually, these are opportunities for Indian people. As I mentioned in the slide, making business more agile. That is what we can expect by all this NEP and all this learning we are having. And NEP simply make upcoming generations to be ready for that all this Industry 4.0. And it's us that we can add value. So ultimately, when I'm talking about the entrepreneurs, which I already spoke to you, this is what entrepreneurs should be in terms of behavior, in terms of their risk-taking capacity, in terms of their approach, in terms of their learning, in terms of their knowledge, in terms of their actions, in terms of their collaborations. So students, specifically those who want to start their own venture, immediately start because NEP and the platforms which NEP is going to open in country are going to benefit you. As I mentioned, educational technology companies will be getting more and more priority right now. So those who want to start their business in education domain, it's right now the golden time. I can say the diamond time, because whatever innovations you are going to add in education domains are going to be accepted because there is a need of time right now. Ultimately, those who are going to add something in IT orientation, it's a good thing. Those who are from mechanical or other background, it's a good thing. Why? Because infrastructure needs are going to be flourish in India. If foreign players are coming to India, naturally they need infrastructure, they need human manpower, human assets, everything is possible. So ultimately, you supposed to think as an entrepreneur. That's why I only mention the 5 points over here. Your thinking, your risk-taking propensity, your intention, your mindset is what creating the entrepreneurs. And what is entrepreneurs? What is creativity? Creativity is what specifically? Creating something new. What is innovation? Execute that. And what is entrepreneur? Take risk to execute that. So be the entrepreneur by working and considering all these benefits of NEP next 20 years, because NEP is planning to execute by 2040. 20 साल आपके लिए गोल्डन मोमेंट है, उस गोल्डन मोमेंट में यू कैन बी अ मेगा स्टार, you can be a big business tycoon by understanding the glimpses, understanding the need of time, and adding value with your knowledge, with your skill sets to become an entrepreneur. कितने प्लेटफॉर्म्स आपको ओपन करके दिए हैं एनईपी ने. You can be master trainer, you can be advisor, you can be the consultant, you can be entrepreneur, you can be startup originator, you can be patent originator, anything. Because आने वाले 20 साल is going to be a drastic change in country in terms of infra, in terms of collaboration, in terms of association, in terms of alliances, and everything needs drastic changes in infrastructure also. Whether it is IT infrastructure, whether it is physical infrastructure, everything is going to change. So more positive things are coming to India. So rather than being an employee, take the benefit of being an entrepreneur and excel in this desired outcome. So therefore, my friends, when I say you can start or you can initiate, the line I mentioned over here to just to make you aware about that, secret of getting ahead is getting started. So start on immediately so that you can take the benefit of all these outcomes, what you are expecting, my friends. And one small request to all of you. This is a very common message I want to convey to all of you because we are associated with this on this platform for last 1.5 hours. Apart from this lecture, I am saying this: spend time with every person around you and help them with whatever you can to make them happy, whether your families, friends, or acquaintances. Make them feel special because you never know when time will take them away from you forever. My friends, alone, I can say, but together we can talk. Remember this. Alone I can say, but together we can talk. Alone I can enjoy, but together we can celebrate. Alone I can smile, but together we can laugh. That's the beauty of human relations. We are nothing without each other. So stay connected, and I am extremely thankful for this platform through which I can portray my thoughts on NEP and entrepreneurship. I sincerely feeling pride and feeling proud by offering this association, by offering this knowledge to all of you to make aware about this NEP, adding value as a life skill, adding value as a business organization, the need of collaborations and other things. Thank you so much for this discussion, and I'm extremely thankful that more than 332 people are there attending this discussion. I tried my level best to sum up the situations because of time, no doubt time structure is there, but to make you aware about the glimpses, and rather than the glimpses, the responsibility of being a professional, whether you are a teacher or whether you are a student. We are Indian citizens and we are global citizens also, and we are therefore to support each and every global citizen. So thank you so much for this opportunity. I hope every person, those who are attending this webinar, is going to add a value to each and everybody's life by their life skills or by their business skills. And very soon, I want to see all these people as a business entrepreneurs, because next 20 years are there for you to lead this country. So thank you so much, Dr. Vidya Patil, Dr. Mangala Dhain Madam, Dr. Kalyani, and respected Dr. Bormani sir for this effective session and allowing me to put my thoughts with this large audience. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Monali, proceed.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir. It was a profound session, and definitely it will help us all in future. It was an amazing session, sir. Thank you so much. Now let us have a Q&A session. So I would request participants to post their questions in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself to clear your doubts.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, you can.
So my question was that how can we improve the quality of education in the rural areas?
See, rural area is what specifically? Generally, rural area people are suffering from infrastructure problems. They don't have the best infra. They don't have the best network connectivity. So if you can add something in that domain, that's why I'm using the word infrastructure and IT domain. it's a role of these industries to make these neglected people into mainstream. See, you are learning in Pune, so there are many places around Pune which are neglected part. So why not we can create a pool of people, pool of industries in terms of CSR, in terms of donations, so that we can add value to these neglected people to get in mainstream location that can change the landscape of education in that domain also. It's matter of your will, it's matter of your wish and matter of your initiative. Always remember. So if you want to change, जैसे मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले मूवी का एग्जांपल लेता स्वदेश का, the person came to that specific village to just for the meeting that old lady, the Mata, I think. But he understood the problem and add value to that village, and that village people are enjoying the benefit of electricity. This is something life skill, which in current academic nobody talks. And that made me to discuss that platform. If you know the pain of others, add value from your side, be proactive. If you could remember, I mentioned one slide there, proactiveness. And this proactiveness is going to define you as a future entrepreneur, because you observe that problem, you are working to get the solutions, and you are initiating, ultimately being a selfish person, registered a business, and then do this. Ultimately, you can be an entrepreneur. So once you can, उसमें बोल सकते हैं हम लोग स्वार्थ आपका है, but स्वार्थ के साथ साथ परमार्थ भी कर रहे हैं आप लोग. So you can be the entrepreneur and you can lead the country.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gururaj sir. You are really given a very nice presentation, and every students definitely got benefited, and definitely they will think in that direction. Thank you. It was very nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Madam, should I leave right now?
We have a question in the chat box from Neeraj.
Okay,
Benefits of e-learning as primary mode of teaching after post-pandemic.
see, benefits of e-learning is what? Right now, by sitting at your home or any comfortable location, you can access any of the global university by e-learning. You can complete your education by online mode by connecting to these global organizations. You can work with any industry virtually because work from home structure is there. And for work from home structure, your upgradation of knowledge matters a lot. And therefore, my friends, there are lot many benefits of e-learning. Don't consider e-learning has made problems to you. Rather, it has created opportunities. As I mentioned, the next 20 years of India is going to flourish, and they need excellent professionals, those who can understand the problem orientation and they can provide the solutions as an entrepreneur. So e-learning also having such large benefits because educational technology organizations are getting best opportunities in India. You can take example of Byju's. What was the company and where they reach right now? It's a magic. And more players are coming to this sector because need is there, population is there, global economies is there. Don't think for India, rather think for the global scenario. Huge opportunities there. India is developing country, but there are still many countries which are underdeveloped. And if you are approaching this global approach, huge market is there for you for e-learning. So being entrepreneur, start something which can benefit the society at large, my friends.
Thank you, sir. So we have next question from Shezwal sir. What are the limitation of NEP to NEP 2020, or what factors NEP 2020 is not focused?
I think NEP 20 not focusing on creating the basic infra. No doubt they are planned. But whatever the points I discussed in the critical execution points, that was the problem area. Because to do all these things, we should be ready enough. And right now, education domain is not at that path that can make people to think like this. That's why I mentioned that life skill, which right now nobody talks actually. So this matters a lot. Problem area is what? If industries are become hesitate to connect with education organizations, then there is a problem area. So government has to motivate industries that they should connect more with educational organizations to offer internships, because NEP is basically having a crush of internships. More and more industry association should be there with educational organization. That is what NEP expecting. But that depends on mutual relationship between the industry, educational organizations, and government also. As government has made that CSR fund should be there with each and every company of overall 2%. So that kind of obligation should be there. from government also to support industry, to support country, and to support education domain also. So this is what something critical I found in NEP.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we have no more questions ahead. So can we proceed?
Yeah, please, please, please.
Okay. So I request all the participants to turn on their cameras to capture this beautiful moment.
Sir, you have received very compliments. You can see chat.
Thank you, thank you. If someone
Students
wants
are
to
very
connect
happy.
with me, ma'am, I'll type my email ID and mobile number. If someone want to connect, they can connect through with your organizations. It's definitely going to help to support each and every person. As I we had a word with Dr. Vidya Patil previous day that we should have a collaboration of, we can create a collaborative pool where we can benefit each other by our own knowledge. And that is what I'm expecting. I also request Dr. Bormane sir so that we can have a collaborative way of teaching, learning that can benefit society at large. So I'm just putting my email ID over here. If anyone want to connect, they can connect. Yeah, this is my email ID I dropped, and my mobile number also I'm sending right now. If someone want to connect, they can WhatsApp, or even they can talk to Dr. Vidya Patil also. She is also the same, the professor with the extreme well vision, which definitely going to help people. So Dr. Vidya Patil, I must appreciate you first for such kind of great sessions and inviting me on this platform.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Moving ahead, now I request IIC member Dr. V.S. Kalyani to propose vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Madam, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. One question is that basically someone has asked that, sir, are there any workshop from Government of India from being job centric to entrepreneurship? I just want to answer this small question because that can benefit large number of people. One organization, if someone is from Pune specifically, so one organization is there in Pune, that is MCED, Maharashtra Center of Entrepreneurship Development. MCED generally organize training sessions, those who want to become entrepreneurs, by charging very negligible fees, close to 1,000, 2,000 rupees fees they are charging. And the beauty is that they provide funds to you also, which are having close to 15% to 35% subsidy. Ultimately, 95% of funds they provide through bank. So only if someone is starting a business and looking for 1 lakh rupees, so 5,000, 10,000 the person has to invest from their own pocket. Rest amount they can provide you through bank with a subsidy close to 15,000 to 35,000 rupees. So that is the magic and that is the beauty. So there are various sessions they are organizing, and I am also a proud advisory member of MCED of Maharashtra government. So if someone is interested, we can work on this platform, and they are having close to 75 business domains ready with them from small to big. They're also having some cluster organizations in their mind where they are providing infrastructure also. So people having small business, just like अगर कोई अगरबत्ती बनाता है, so अगरबत्ती का cluster बना सकते हैं हम लोग with a huge amount of government subsidies. So opportunities are there. Consider this. Over to you, ma'am. Over to you.
Parikar sir, ask him.
Hello. Is there any more question?
The Naveen faculty in the
No, ma'am.
Okay. Very good afternoon to one and all. I, Dr. V.S. Kalyani, happy to take this opportunity to give a vote of thanks. First of all, I am thankful to MOE's Innovation Council Cell and AICT for promoting and funding us to organize this lecture series. I am thankful to our management for giving continuous support. I am also thankful to our principal, Dr. D.S. Bormane, sir, for always encouraging and supporting us. I am thankful to our resource person, Dr. Gururaj Dangre, sir, for delivering such a wonderful speech on NEP. Also awareing us how different aspects of NEP and entrepreneurship will make India to become superpower. Such a nice and wonderful informative session, sir. Thank you very much. Also, I am thankful to our organizing team of staff, Dr. M.H. Dhind ma'am, Dr. Vidya Patil ma'am, for their continuous efforts. Also, I am thankful to our student organizing team, Pratik Lahankar, Monali Patil, Dhariya Patel, Bhaskar Soman, Yash Jain for their continuous effort to make this program or lecture series with grand success. I am thankful to all participants for patience listening, and thank you very much for one and all. Feedback link will be activated within few minutes. Next section will be start at 2 p.m. By Dr. S.B. Kalurkar sir. Thank you very much, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Session is concluded.
Thank you. I will leave meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Organizing committee, please wait for 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
All members, please wait for 1 minute. Organizing committee members. हा, तो मीटिंग मध्ये नाहीये का? बर, मी थांबा म्हटलं होतं की 1 मिनिट. प्रत्येक इज नॉट देअर, आय थिंक. प्रत्येक मॅडम, पाटील मॅडम, आपण दुपारी बोलवायचंय का सरांना? नाही ना? हॅलो हॅलो, पाटील मॅडम.
हा मॅडम बोला.
हा, सरांना बोलवायचंय का
हा,
दुपारी? दुपारी सरांना
तुम्ही सांगा
बोलवायचंय
ना
का,
मॅडम.
बोरमणी सरांना? हा,
तुम्ही बोलाल तसं तुम्ही सांगा ना मॅडम, बोलवायचं की नको?
नाही, सरांना विचारायला पाहिजे ने की काय थोडस कार्यक्रम तर नाही होणार वेलकम वगैरे, पण सरांना विचारूयात. मला असं वाटतं, विचारताय का नको? कसं,
हा,
का
ठीक
मी
आहे.
विचारू?
सर
हा,
म्हणतील
फक्त
आज सकाळी. हा,
फक्त विचारून घ्या येणार
विचारू
आहे
का
का नाही,
सकाळी?
थोडस वेलकम करायला. आणि मोनाली, मोनाली,
येस मॅम.
तू काय बोलणार आहेस आता दुपारी? तुझं दुपारचं नाही बघितलं मी स्क्रिप्ट, तर इंट्रोडक्स मी करू का?
ओके ओके मॅम, नो प्रॉब्लेम.
म्हणजे तू सुरू कर आणि इंट्रोडक्शन मी देईल म्हणून सांग. मी देते इंट्रोडक्शन.
ओके 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 मॅम.
हा,
ओके मॅम, फाईन.
बाकी प्रतीक नाहीच आहे. देरिया, तू सगळं आजचं घेऊन टाक, रेकॉर्डिंग मी टाकलेलं मॅडमचं, आणि फक्त फोल्डरला टाकून दे. तुला जेव्हा वेळ होईल त्यावेळेला तू रिपोर्ट तयार कर. आणि
मॅम, ते
सर्टिफिकेट केलेले आहे
रेकॉर्डिंग
आता
कोणाकडे
प्रतीकने.
आहे? ते मला पाहिजे.
रेकॉर्डिंग मी आता देते
तुम्ही
तुला.
ड्राईव्हवर अपलोड करू शकतात का?